What kind of content do you consume?
Content is mostly being consumed online these days.
We are creating content to be consumed by teenagers.
The way we consume content is changing.
We need to consume content that makes us happy.
Consume content. Consume content. This nonsense has to stop. Welcome to CЯITICALISTHINICS, and you are about to learn why you cannot consume content. Let's start with consume, shall we? It originally comes from Latin,
con,
which translates to with or altogether, and
sumere,
which translates to take. It meant using up, wasting away, or finishing. From Latin, this word entered Old French in the 12th century as
Consumer.
meaning to use up, eat, or waste. And then, it finally found its way into English in the late 14th century. To consume meant to destroy by separating into parts which cannot be reunited, as by burning or eating. Tuberculosis, the wasting disease, was called consumption till the mid-19th century because it destroyed the body. We say fire consumed a building because it destroys the building. A car consumes fuel by burning it up. After the fuel has been consumed, there is no fuel left. That's why you have to refuel. And we consume food because in the process of chewing and ingesting it, we destroy its original form. If you consume an apple, that apple's gone. And here lies the primary problem with consuming content. Whatever the content, be it a movie you watch on TV or a blog you read online, it is still there in its original form after you have watched it or read it. The act of watching a video or listening to a song or reading a news article does not destroy it. The act of eating a sandwich does. Therefore, it is correct to say you consumed the sandwich, but it is ridiculous to say you consumed a video, a song, or a news article. You simply cannot consume content. But how did the meaning of consume get so skewed? To understand this, we have to go back in time. Before the 18th century, common people around the world would make do with the basic necessities of life. From the times of ancient Greece to the Italian Renaissance, the pursuit of material things was looked down upon and condemned. But then, in the 18th century, the Industrial Revolution caused economies to expand, and this led to an increase in labor wages. For the first time in history, the masses had some disposable income. Now, the more the masses spent their incomes, the more businesses flourished, and the more businesses flourished, the more wages grew. This trend continued. Rising disposable incomes led to higher customer spending. By the 1920s, what we recognize as modern consumer culture had taken shape in the USA, and after World War II, it went full throttle.
This 1953 study showed that the zoom in the American market after the war, the unprecedented volume of goods of all kinds gobbled up by an insatiable tide of buyers.
Over the second half of the 20th century, people were programmed by media and advertising to seek happiness through shopping for things. They were transformed into consumers. Television became the dominant form of media, which informed and entertained the public, and television audiences, who advertisers could market to, were added to the category of consumers. The very act of watching television began to be called consumption. Music in the form of vinyl records and literature in the form of mass-market paperbacks were marketed as commodities. And the verb consume, which originally referred to things like eating food or burning candles, was meaninglessly extended to watching movies, listening to music, reading books, just about everything. Today, whether you are buying a pack of rice, listening to Beethoven's Fifth Symphony, buying sneakers, watching a classic movie, or reading Oliver Twist by Charles Dickens, you are consuming. It is nonsense. Watching, listening, and reading describe how we engage with movies, music, and literature very well. Why use a soulless, destructive, and meaningless word like consuming to describe these varied and enriching activities? And that brings us to content. Content, that which is contained in something. From Latin,
Contentum.
how did we end up referring to sardines in a can? Charlie Chaplin's The Gold Rush, the filling inside a beanbag chair, and Mozart's Piano Concerto No. 21 with the same word, content. To find out, we need to take another little trip back in time, but not very far back. The late 1990s. It was the dot-com boom. Companies were churning out websites to engage people. Not only did they need as many users as possible, but they also needed them to spend as much time as possible on their websites, day after day, so that they could show them as many ads as possible. To achieve this, they needed all sorts of interesting stuff for users to read, listen to, and view on their websites. So each website sourced lots of articles, stories, photos, music, videos, and put them all into a database. For them, all these varied forms of culture became the contents of their database, like the contents of a bag of potato chips. And that's the way it has been ever since. Just as you won't care about the uniqueness of each chip in a bag of potato chips, Big Tech doesn't care about the uniqueness of each item in their database. To them, it's all content. To them, the real achievement is creating the database and the content management system, which can help manage and serve all this content to billions of users across the world. And don't get me wrong, it is an extraordinary technological achievement. But in the process, they have debased the unique products of diverse forms of artistic, journalistic, and academic expression with one word: content. When you strip away their uniqueness, you also strip away their value. For Big Tech, an award-winning short film and an amateur cat video of roughly the same length would be the same, as they would occupy roughly the same number of megabytes on a server. And now, with generative artificial intelligence effortlessly spitting out art, music, and videos in minutes that would have taken individuals decades of dedication to create, Big Tech cares even less. But the fact is, most of us users do not share their perspective. We do not care about all the technology. We, as viewers, listeners, and readers, value what we choose to view, listen to, or read. Our perspective is diametrically opposite to their perspective. And yet, we use the same blanket term that they use to refer to the movies, music, books, and articles that entertain, engage, enrich, and educate us. Stop calling them content simply because you value them enough to devote time to them. And remember, they cannot be consumed. Consume the contents of a box of cereal, but get engrossed in the narrative of a novel. Consume a bottle of soda, but get captivated by the haunting melody of a song. Consume a can of beans, but get mesmerized by the artistry of a movie. Art, movies, music, and literature aren't content, and you simply cannot consume them. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please consider giving a thumbs up and subscribing to the channel. If you want to support the channel, please go to the link in the description.